Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
You with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Log on and join our live conversation.
I'm in. Tori just won't let it go.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It is Friday, March 29th. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I'm here with Tori, Brandon, and I'm Sam, and it is what again?
Friday!
Thank goodness. Was that like an orchestra move? Yeah. Good job, Tori. Good job.
She's a tenor. I'm a baritone.
Okay. Big name stars turned out to show their support to the annual GLAAD Media Awards, meant to highlight the acceptance and inclusion of LGBTQ people in media. Josh Duhamel, Leah Michele, Adam Lambert, and more were on the red carpet in Beverly Hills last night. Queer Eye was recognized for Outstanding Reality Program. Yes, Karama Brown. The movie Love, Simon won for Outstanding Film, and the Queen herself, Beyonce and Jay-Z, were honored with the Vanguard Award, and Beyonce got emotional in her acceptance speech. Watch.
I want to dedicate this award to my Uncle Johnny, the most fabulous gay man I've ever known and I ever knew, who helped raise me and my sister. He lived his truth, and he was brave and unapologetic during a time when this country wasn't as accepting. And witnessing his battle with HIV was one of the most painful experiences I've ever lived. I'm hopeful that his struggle served to open pathways for other young people to live more freely.
Wow. I'm sorry, I was just getting our computer so I can read your comments as we go. Thank you, Beyonce.
Powerful.
For being open and honest. I mean, now more than ever, of course, we see that inclusion is imperative in our culture today, and you're typically judged by your character on how inclusive you are. Tori, you're emotional.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I was reading the very first GLAAD Awards. Phil Donahue won one of the first awards, and he just said there were more photographers there than people this time. And it was like, it was such a small affair, and GLAAD has become so big that Beyonce and Jay-Z are winning it, and cultures are just coming together, and you wouldn't have seen this 20 years ago. You wouldn't have.
I mean, absolutely not. And the Vanguard Award is something that I want to put on my bucket list to receive as an ally to the LGBTQ community. And I know we just saw that shot with Beyonce, but one thing she said in her speech that really hit me, and it probably hits everybody in this room, because we all have someone in our family who identifies themselves as LGBTQ, and she says, we're here to promote love for every human being, and change starts with supporting the people closest to you. So let's tell them that they're loved. My sister, Kristen London, who is one of my best friends, and she plays women's professional football. She identifies herself as lesbian. And Kristen, you've taught me so much over the years. You've taught me empathy. You've taught me what it's like to be LGBTQ in this world that we're in today. And I've seen the smirks. I've seen people stare at you. I've seen the way you handle yourself so strong. And I love you to death. And I just want you to know, Beyonce, I think you started a trend telling someone LGBTQ in your family friend that they are loved.
Can we
Kristen
create
London,
this momentum?
Yes,
I love this.
Sure.
I'm going to piggyback on this, and I want our viewers to piggyback on this. I want to give a shout out. I mean, there's so many people in my life that are LGBTQ, but to our very own Jeray. He is our makeup artist.
Yeah, Jeray!
You know who Jeray is. And Jeray has been so fearlessly authentic, and what I love most about Jeray is he is an advocate. As a gay man, he's an advocate for other LGBTQ people, and that type of selflessness, that type of activism inspires me.
I completely agree with you. I think it's amazing. I just have to recommend, first of all, there is Jeray. Let's get a shot.
For the
We
slay.
love you!
For the slay.
We love you so much, Jeray. I also want to say Jay-Z's mother came out recently as gay and won an award last year for her song Smile, in which she sort of came out. I went to a school in which my teachers were openly gay, and that was sort of rare in the 80s and 90s. And so I just wanted to thank my teachers for always being open and authentic, even when it was hard.
Incredible.
Awesome.
All right, pay it forward. Keep that conversation going. What a beautiful initiative that you just created.
Thank you.
We have an update to a story that we have been following. A number of parents in the college admission scandal are due in federal court in Boston. But Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman are not set to appear until next week. They've been accused of fraud by paying large sums of money to get their kids into elite schools. And we also have an update about Lori's daughter, Olivia Jade, who allegedly got into USC after her mom and dad paid to pass her off as a recruit for the crew team. She reportedly is staying with her boyfriend, who you see here, in Malibu. Olivia has not been speaking to her parents. That's according to Us Weekly. Meantime, families across the nation, like Rev Runs, are getting word back now about acceptances to Ivy League schools, and Kimora Lee definitely had a reason to celebrate. Watch.
She really did it on her own merit, and we're really so proud because Yoki can't row or anything like that. There was really no hope for us in that area. So I'm just so proud that you did it on your own, Yoki, and I'm crying. And I've had it. I don't even drink, and I want to have a drink.
Yes! So cool. I just hope people don't doubt Kimora. I think it's unfair to assume just because someone's affluent that they somehow did not get into their university of choice by their own merit. So let's just make sure to not paint every rich person with a broad brush.
But I think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see a lot of parents, rich parents, affluent parents come out and talk about how their kids are getting in on their own merit. But when you say, oh, I didn't roll, or you do the Dr. Dre, you open yourself up for scrutiny. So people are going to go back and they're going to look to try and see, oh, did she donate? Did Rev Run donate any money to any sort of school?
Fair enough. Transparency.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm all about it.
I'm all about California looking into the college admissions scandal. I'm looking into actual action because I'm sort of sick of talking about Aunt Becky. I really don't have much to say other than not so great. But other than that, I'd like to see some change happen. I'd like to see movement. So that's what I'm excited
I think this is a wonderful thing. I do. You know, I know that there's a lot of victims in this case, especially the students, especially if they did not know regarding what their parents were doing. But at the end of the day, if we can have change, this is the silver lining. It's a good thing. We are learning shocking details about Barbara Bush right now in a new book about the former First Lady called The Matriarch, Barbara Bush and the Making of an American Dynasty. Barbara talks to the book's author about being seriously depressed in the 70s and even contemplating suicide. In details released to the Daily Mail, she said she would pull over to the side of the road rather than plow into a tree. One of the theories why Barbara allegedly got so depressed was because of a suspected affair that George H.W. Bush had with a close aide. Of course, George and Barbara Bush were famously married for 73 years. The woman on the right in this photo is Jennifer Fitzgerald. She was rumored to be George Bush's mistress, which, very important, she denies. Now, the late former President Bush also denies these affairs. Do you think that this is fair to have a story come out after the fact? I mean, Barbara and her late husband, George, can't defend themselves.
I think when she was talking to the author of the book, I think if she said, like, hey, I want this to be released at a certain time after I die, maybe that's okay. But we've seen a lot of recent attacks on the dead, and I'm just not for that.
Some are justifiable, in my opinion, Tori. Like with Michael Jackson, there's alleged victims out there that have a story to tell. In this case, it's more about a personal affair. Yeah,
the thing is that it's always going to happen whether or not it's fair or not, because it's the president and the first lady, and every president and first lady will be written about in history. Now, what's interesting to me is I did a little digging, and she wrote in a book that George would hold me the whole time. I never took antidepressants, and I blame it on menopause. And I wonder if back then, how freely could she have said or come out, because she was half of that legacy, that empire, the Bushes. She was the matriarch, let's not forget. So she wasn't just breaking up with him, she was breaking up with, in some ways, America, if she did that.
I can't even imagine.
So that's a lot of stress. Yeah, let's think about how strong.
Final thought. We got to get to the next story.
A quick question, though: how is she revered as a strong woman for sticking by her and keeping the legacy? Hold on, intact. But Khloe Kardashian and Wendy Williams, everyone's calling them stupid for sticking by their man.
Because I think Barbara stood by her country, not just by her man.
All right, fair enough. Wow, that was a good question, though, Brandon. Disney has changed its stroller policy, and it has some moms fed up, dads too. The company just issued new guidelines for both of its U.S. parks, Disneyland and Walt Disney World. The new rules ban big strollers and stroller wagons altogether. A lot of people have complained that large strollers add to congestion and traffic, but some moms are upset. Of course, Disney does advise parents to rent strollers at their parks. Listen, I get it as a parent because you tend to put everything in that stroller, so you do want a big stroller. But let me tell you, I've been to Disneyland many, many, many times, and there's been times where my husband and I are like, how do we get around these 1,000? Oh, we have the picture? Do we have it? Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's my husband's picture.
Looks like
That's in front of It's a Small World, and my husband and I were stuck. We didn't know how we could get through the strollers to get to the line of It's a Small World. It's insane.
You're literally in a smaller world. Honestly, though,
I get it.
I do too. But here's my question is, what are they planning to do to help the parents? Because at some point, you have too many things, diapers.
You have lockers. You got lockers.
All right.
You got lockers. You can have a backpack on.
So
go back to your locker.
Okay.
Hey, if you got twins or triplets, I think you should somehow be an exception to the rule because you're going to need a bigger stroller, more stuff.
They're renting them out for $30 a day. You look at all.
You can bring your own stroller.
Right,
you can
there.
still bring your own stroller. You can.
Follow
it just has to
money.
be a smaller stroller because some of these strollers are legit wagons.
Wow.
And there's
It's just a sea of strollers.
I know. My husband took a picture. We were like, this is ridiculous.
My God.
I'm looking at that like, that's a lot of kids.
It's Disneyland.
It's Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth.
Not
what are you
happy
talking
with all
about?
those kids.
Still happy with all them strollers and kids. DBL's Live will bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, this funny video went viral a few days ago, and now the people say why he does it, or now the Pope says why he wouldn't let people kiss his ring. Also,
a more fantastic group of people, both in front and behind the cameras.
actor Joseph Gatt stars in 2 huge projects. So is he talking about the gang from Game of Thrones or Disney's Dumbo? And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. A mama boy says women should stop wearing leggings. She believes they're like going naked in front of her kids. So DBL Nation, what do you think? Are leggings too provocative for women to wear in public? We'll share your comments next.
Hi DBL Nation, Kelly Schubert with the DBL Digital team here. It is Friday. I'm tracking all your stories, all your breaking news stories, but right now, let's go see what's going on at the desk. Brandon London, what's going on?
You guys caught me in the middle of
I was just about to post an Insta post about this, actually.
my beautification.
He does this every day, and it gets his hair extra curly, right?
I'm trying to get it curly.
Yeah, I like the curls.
Because you know, Erica Cobb, our own Erica Cobb, she has perfect curls. Now our new stylist, Kiri, she has perfect curls. So I feel like I'm behind.
What do you guys think about my curls? These are called the Veronica Lake. Veronica Lake?
One of them.
Vivian Lake?
Vivian Lake.
Is it Veronica Lake or Vivian Lake? Veronica Lake and a Vivian Lee. That's the other one. Okay.
And who are we talking?
Okay, so
This is very confusing.
And why, by the way, why would you ask me?
because you love the old movies.
Thank you, Tori.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Hollywood. So I'm trying to do my curls much like yours.
I think
Wanna use my brush?
Great
Yeah.
today, Tori, and I think your makeup looks good. I think you should take a picture today.
Don't do it.
Should I try it?
Don't do it. Just
How do you
No, we
don't
just
do
did a
it.
blowout.
Don't do it.
Can I do it on you? Is that how you do it?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Painting, right? Like,
How do you do it?
you gotta be
Like
gentle
gentle.
with the
Oh,
curls.
excuse me.
Jeez.
So let us know how you feel about curls and the new hair on
But
Elon.
okay, so really quick, the
Yeah.
Barbara Bush thing, because you guys didn't really get a chance to answer that question. How come she's looked at as a strong woman, but Wendy Williams and Khloe Kardashian are looked at as dummies trying to stand behind a cheating man?
Because I think Barbara Bush had more responsibility to her country than Khloe Kardashian and Wendy Williams.
What?
She's literally in the White House and she...
Allegedly cheating is cheating.
What's that?
Cheating is cheating. Allegedly in this case, because we don't know the details. But I don't get
Would
it.
I have done it? No. Would I have stuck around yet? No. But they both have... But they both have...
But I don't think we need to repeat that. I think there was a moment, and then now going into
But
other
they
shows,
both have denied
do
it,
other
so we just have to
things. I
hear
don't think
about
that's
that.
something
Sorry,
you
this is a very distracting.
Sorry.
This was
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for 5th host when we talk about what you're talking about. A mom of 4 boys is begging women to stop wearing their leggings. In a letter she wrote to the Notre Dame student paper, she said leggings are basically like going naked in public and that it's unreasonable to expect men to ignore women's bodies when they wear leggings. In response, some female students are organizing a leggings pride day and say their choice of comfy pants is not a come on to guys. So DBL Nation, what do you think? Are leggings too provocative to wear in public? Let's get right to your comments. Dana from Facebook says, women wear leggings at the grocery store, to the movies, while working out in public, not just on college campuses. Listen, I actually take real issue with this, because when you were saying it's a woman's fault because of what she's wearing, that is creating a narrative of rape culture. Literally, she's welcoming and seducing men and boys because of what she is wearing. I take real issue with this. I think you need to work on educating your boys rather than educating what women wear.
Can I real quick? Hey.
That was such a delay. That was weird, but thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Courtney from YouTube says, I understand where the mom is coming from. She knows her boys are looking when she's not around, and this letter is the only thing she can do to try and stop them. I don't get it. Is she gonna like take their eyeballs out as well? Like I just don't get this. Like men wear tight stuff. Like they're wearing tight shirts, that sort of thing. Now is a dad gonna say, hey, we shouldn't stop wearing this because my daughters are gonna look? I don't get it. It's just leggings, people. It's just leggings.
That's my bumper sticker. It's just leggings.
Thank you.
Marco from Facebook says, I can't imagine getting through college without leggings. It's the easiest way to get out of the house and be comfortable and on time. I completely agree with you. I just want to let this mom know I'm more than my body. I expect you to see that I'm more than my body. It's important for me to understand, as Sam said, you are perpetuating rape culture. If I wear a skirt or a low-cut blouse, all of that is perpetuating it on women. Put it on your boys. Teach them to be better. Also, Notre Dame has now had Leggings Day.
Yes.
Hashtag Leggings Day ND, and they're all wearing it, and I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, I can't see the other side on this one.
This is ridiculous.
I always try and see the other side, but
and
on this
cheap
one,
and comfortable, so people can't always afford denim. So give me a break.
Thank you. Oh, Tori.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thank you for writing in. We love hearing what you guys have to say. Pope Francis is finally addressing a video of himself that went viral this week. We talked about it on the show. Raquel Villanueva, share the details, please.
That's right, Sam. Pope Francis has some answers after making headlines for this video. Now, you can see people trying to greet the Pope after a mass in Italy, and he's pulling his hands away from anyone trying to kiss them. Many people speculated on the reason why. Like, was he ending a longtime Catholic tradition? But now a Vatican spokesperson says it's all about hygiene. The Pope himself says it wasn't so much about him getting sick, but the many people around him spreading germs. Priests had been seen kissing the ring minutes before, but once the Pope saw all those lines, he became concerned and took action.
Interesting.
What a weird way to take action.
I know, maybe just make an announcement real quick.
Yeah.
Say, hey, there's a flu bug going around. I want to make sure that you guys all don't get the flu, so we're just going to nix-say on the old ring-say.
Good pick.
Right?
That was very good.
You can have like a hand mannequin and you just put the ring on the hand mannequin.
Yeah, I mean, those people came so far to see this man, and he's just like, in some ways, burning them. Like, nope.
A hand mannequin?
I'm going to get my kiss in.
A hand mannequin?
Why not?
That would have gone viral the next day.
And just bless it like, boom. And then when you kiss it, you kiss
I got to hand it to you. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's enough. Okay.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good one, Tori. Good one. Coming up on DBL, Disney's much-anticipated Dumbo hits theaters today. Our own Stephanie Jones talks to one of the stars and gets the scoop on who kept everyone cracking up behind the scenes. You don't want to miss this. Coming up next.
So someone, Arlie78, wrote topless in leggings. Now, of course, Arlie is referring to a story we did yesterday about going topless for women. But if you disagree with us strongly believing that leggings should be absolutely allowed to be worn, write us in so we can have a good debate on what's going on. And I appreciate Arlie and the jokes.
I just don't understand what's wrong with leggings. Like, I don't. That mom, obviously,
Steph's not ready?
That mom had to be like a grandma in a way as well. Like, where they want to go back to the long dresses with the long knee-high socks, that sort of thing. I just don't understand why. Kelly's wearing leggings right now.
No, I am not.
Those are leggings.
These are not leggings. Those are leggings.
Thank you.
These are Paige.
Those are Paige leggings.
These are Paige leggings. Yeah, they're jeggings or whatever they're called. Yeah.
But they're cheap, comfortable, and affordable for people who might not those.
Those aren't cheap.
No, I'm saying leggings. I know they're Paige, but leggings are affordable for people who can't afford.
But they are tight black pants. Like I should be able to wear these. I wear them every day.
Yeah, anytime.
Okay. Dumbo, OMG, that's so cute. Welcome back to DBL. You just saw a clip from Disney's Dumbo. It's the latest classic cartoon to get a live-action remake. Our own Stephanie Jones sat down with actor Joseph Gatt to see if the story stands the test of time. That's in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Joseph Gatt, welcome to Daily Blast Live. We're going to get into your new movie, Dumbo. But first, I have to ask, your Finn Ward character wreaked havoc on season 4 of Game of Thrones. Can you tell us any surprises about the final season, and who do you think will end up sitting on that Iron Throne?
I could tell you, but I would make a lot of enemies if I did. So... No, I'm not going to. You're not going to get me. I'm not going to say a word. I'm really excited to see season 8, see the final season stuff, because I kind of know what's going to happen. Ish.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to it, but now let's chat about Dumbo. So you play a big game hunter, and you're trying to trap the young elephant. So how does it feel knowing that you are going to be the bad guy in front of the eyes of millions of children?
It's really, really fun. I don't know what actors out there don't want to be the Disney villain. We grow up watching these incredibly fun movies. I love going to Disneyland. I didn't know if I would still be able to go to Disneyland after this movie opens on March 29th because kids are going to hate me. They're going to be throwing their little Mickey ears at me as I walk down Main Street and stuff. We gotta pee. We gotta pee.
What is that?
But I need to know, how was it working with Colin Farrell, Danny DeVito, and Alan Arkin? I need to know, were there any fun moments behind the scenes with this all-star cast, or what about the director, Tim Burton?
It was a dream team. It's impossible to be around Colin and not laugh. Now, Colin is obviously Irish. It's a very easy accent to pick up, and without me realizing, when we would talk, I would go into my Irish accent, and you know, Colin and I would both be doing Irish. Tim shouted, "Cut, cut," and he came over to me and he's like, "Joe, that was great. That was great. But the accent, you were kind of Irish."
I love this.
And I'm like, "Oh no."
Well, Joseph, I'm so excited to see the movie, and I'm so grateful to have the chance to chat with you. Thank you so much for joining us on Daily Blast Live. You've been absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I hope you enjoy the movie.
We will be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. Nancy Drew has made an unwavering impression on girls and women since the 1930s, proving that she's a feminist icon. Now, she's back with a little 21st century charm. I talked to the star of the latest installment, Sophia Lillis, in today's Chatting with the Stars. Sophia, welcome to DBL. So happy to have you on. The character Nancy Drew starred in the Hardy Boys' Nancy Drew Mysteries during the 70s. She was rebooted in the 80s and most recently updated in the Girl Detective series. So I want to know, how do you think she's changed throughout the years?
I feel like this movie is kind of a remembrance of Nancy Drew for the newer generation. In order for kids to kind of see themselves in Nancy Drew, you kind of have to have a more modern take on her. I think Nancy Drew kind of has this responsibility to be this role model for these kids who watch this headstrong girl solving mysteries.
The way your brain works is so cool.
That's so cool. And you're 17.
And Nancy Drew has been around since the 1930s. So why do you think Nancy is such an icon to girls and women like Oprah, Barbara Walters, Laura Bush? And I mean, how does that make you feel to play such a beloved figure?
It's a little stressful. Everyone looks up to Nancy Drew. She's such an independent character. She does what she wants and kind of lives her life she wants to live her life. It's really inspiring, and I guess that's why people really look up to her. So kind of being that girl is a little bit, it's a little bit of responsibility.
It's a good responsibility.
Yeah, a good responsibility.
And I need to know, were you a fan of the books before the movie?
I've heard of Nancy Drew, but I never actually read any of the books. I never really got into the Nancy Drew books until, I heard about this project.
And many of us know you from the remake of Stephen King's It. So I want to know, what was it like playing a character from a story with such a huge fan base?
I knew there was a fan base, but I didn't know how big it was until the movie came out. It was very surprising for me, very shocking. I didn't know what an impact this movie has.
You can catch Nancy Drew and The Hidden Staircase in theaters. Sophia, thank you again for chatting with us.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. What do we have, Tori?
All right, Doris Shoemaker, who I love, wrote, "My oldest daughter is gay, and I couldn't be prouder of her."
Amen.
I think that's amazing.
It's a non-issue.
Yeah.
It's like love is love.
Yeah. Get over it. Move on. I also want to say about Jure. Brandy Sprong says, "I love Jure. I want a makeover by him." Kimberly Matusek says, "I love your blush today, Tori." Thank you so much. Good choice, Jure. But Jure has always been there for us, and we always end up discussing. As I was walking in, I'm talking about the Brunei Sharia law with gays, and he's up on it. And great advocate.
He has his finger on the pulse, but most importantly, he's an advocate for others. Well, we will see you same time, same place on Monday. Have a happy weekend, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy, be safe. Happy Friday.